Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Here with another video for you today on this Dell PowerEdge R720. I also would like to say thank you to the 45 subscribers on my channel now. If you're new here, I hope you enjoy my content and I really appreciate the support. So starting on the front, we have a power button, an identification button to let you know which server it is, which is this button here. We have 23 hot swap 2.5 inch SAS and SATA drive bays in the machine. As of right now, there's only 6 drives in the front of it, which is why these are so wonky, because there are no drives. It is not supported by the SATA connectors, but the reason they are in there is to try and reduce the noise levels of it, as this is a 24/7 server. We have a VGA output on the front, plus also a USB 2.0. Also, which you can't see, you have your error code lights on the front, as most PowerEdge servers have a little screen up here. Plus your service tag. Moving around to the back, we have 2 more 2.5 inch hot swap bays in the back, which have 2 SSDs in RAID 0 with a total of 500 gigabytes, so 2 250 gigabyte SSDs. We also have 2 1100 watt hot swap power supplies. It's a bit too much light there, I do apologise. And you can see the specifications. Below that we have 2 gigabit Ethernet plus 10 gigabit fibre optic networking. I believe they're FSPs. A VGA, a serial port, and your iDRAC remote management, plus also your indicator light stroke button to let you know which server it is in the rack. So we'll now move into the top of the machine, which I'm going to try and do one-handed. So to open a Dell server, you simply just release this latch here. You slide the lid back and lift, which is quite heavy actually. Okay. So starting from the front of the machine, we have the SAS backplane, which is this board here. In front of it we have all these hot swap fans, and you can remove them while the server is on. If it is blue, you cannot remove it while the server is in operation. Behind here we have the air baffle, and as you can see, there is a phenomenal amount of RAM inside this machine. Underneath these heat sinks we have 2 E5 2697 12 core hyper-threaded Xeon, so we've got 24 cores and 48 threads in total. We have a H710P mini SAS RAID controller there. We also have, if I can get it out one-handed, which I can't do it, it's too stiff, but basically you have your half-height PCI Express expansion ports, plus also we have 2 full-length PCI Express. I believe the top one is 16x electrically wired, and I believe the one below it is an 8x electrically wired. Plus also we have a 6-pin or 8-pin EPS connector there for graphics accelerators, because you cannot put a graphics card in these servers. You can put ASICs and stuff like that in there, but actual dedicated video will not work. You will get a PCI Express error if you try to do this, as I found out. On the other side we also have another full-length 16x PCI Express slot. we have another backplane here for the two Samsung 850 EVO SSDs in the server. It has a combined of 190 gigs of RAM at this present moment, which is already massive overkill for what I'm doing with this server. It's mainly a Plex server and just to host private game servers like Rust, Space Engineers, Minecraft, that type of thing. So we'll now run some benchmarks on this machine. There'll be CPU only benchmarks because obviously it doesn't have a graphics card in it, but I will be putting a graphics accelerator into it, and we will try at some point some machine learning. Okay, we'll do a power up now. Okay, so we're now in the BIOS, and the reason we're here is we're going to select the performance mode of the server. I'll let you have a quick look of the settings in the BIOS whilst we're here. So under the system information, it doesn't really tell you that much. You've got your memory settings. As you can see, it's running ECC DDR3 1333. Under the processor settings, you can see it's set to maximum data rate, which we're going to set it to 8 gigatransfers per second. Okay. You can see your boot settings, it's EFI or UEFI. Your integrated devices settings. Your serial, which is obviously for your serial port. And this is the important part. So at the minute it's set for performance per watt OS. So we are going to set the server to performance. In fact, actually we're going to go to custom, and we're going to enable everything to maximum performance, which will make the server considerably louder. I actually don't know what that setting does, not going to lie. And then we are going to save the changes. And then we are going to exit the BIOS and boot to Windows, where we will run some benchmarks. Okay, we're now in Windows, and this is the specifications of the system. As you can see, it has E5 2697 version 2, which is Ivy Bridge. I believe the base clock is 2.7 gigahertz, and I think the all-core boost on it's 3.2. Single core boost, I believe, is 3.5. So we'll run Cinebench R20 first. So we have 24 cores and 48 threads. Okay, and we scored 6,195 points, which is right up behind Threadripper Generation 1. Considering the age of the CPUs, I think that's quite impressive. Obviously, the modern third generation Ryzen 9 CPUs will decimate this server. Okay, we will run Passmark now. I couldn't run Geekbench because there's no connection to the server at the minute. So this will be the final benchmark. Okay, and as you can see, the results are on the screen there. If you made it to the end of the video, I really appreciate that. Please like, subscribe and comment. The next video that will come up will actually be back on the Ryzen build, as it has had a CPU upgrade and some modifications done to the 1080 Ti's, and I will be making a video on that. At some point I will make a video on the server rack itself and what's in there and why it is there. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a lovely day.